Hello, I've been asked by the 5 Awesome Optimists to do a guest video, and I was quite honored by that, whereas I'm a huge fan of this channel. And I must confess that this is the first video I've ever done, so I may at times appear overly confident. And I think it was Confucius who once said, if you can go through life with a smile, you're not paying attention. And if you're happy and you know it, think again. So what I'd like to do is discuss for a few minutes some thoughts that I find have inspired me. I'll tell you what brought the topic to mind. Quite a while ago, one of my kids yelled out, "Hey Dad, what keeps you in the game, you know? What keeps you going?" And I immediately responded with inspirational thoughts. And that caused me to think about what I often think about, because I have this passion for many things that are inspirational, like songs and stories and poems and sayings. So I'll take a minute here and discuss a few that I've found for me quite inspirational, and they've helped me not to just be optimistic, but to stay more in that state of optimism, which I think is a good thing. The first comes from, I believe it's Walt Whitman, in a writing he did on life. And there was one line that got me, and it went about life, that every moment of light and dark is a miracle. And when I first heard that, I had never thought of life like that, and I really didn't agree. And then the more I thought about it, I realized I believe he's right. And it changed my perspective on life to consider that every split second we're here, it's miraculous. A second thought that inspired me comes from William Blake. And it's the reason I'm here right now. And what he wrote was, we are what we behold. And that's true. Whatever we're thinking about, who we're with, what we're doing all day, that's going to become us. So that's inspired me to be more cautious personally in regard to what I'm taking in, what I'm doing each day. A third inspirational thought comes from Abraham Lincoln. And he once said, if you have 8 hours to chop down a tree, spend 7 hours sharpening your axe. And when I don't feel like doing something I should do, say like exercise, that takes me to the workout. Because I can't imagine a bunch of happy, optimistic lumberjacks swinging axes around in the woods that are dull. Don't believe it's going to happen. Now, the fourth and final inspirational thought, it came to me after I watched one of these videos that were guest videos, and it was Angie 112277, and her topic was liking yourself and loving yourself and nurturing yourself. And when I heard the theme, it really struck me that I think she's on to something very critical there in regard especially to modern day life, whereas so much emphasis is placed on the external that when we think often we're selfish, I think we're led every day towards selflessness, where we can easily lose ourselves. So the adage that came to mind was, you cannot give away what you do not have. And that seems simplistic and obvious, except I think it's important to consider, especially in relation to relationships. I think an example that's tangible is if a woman was with her infant in an airplane, and they were being instructed as to how to use the oxygen masks. They would never say to her, when that mask pops down, you put it on the baby's mouth. No, because see, if she did that, she might pass out, and the baby wouldn't have her there. So that causes me to consider more readily the value of nurturing within ourselves, and realizing that all we're ever able to give anyone, we first have to create within ourselves and nurture and develop before it's going to manifest, before it'll be there. So those are just some thoughts that inspire me, and as I say, hopefully keep me in a more constant state of optimism, you know, by appreciating the miracle, and by beholding good things, and by sharpening axes, and also by creating gifts that hopefully are worth giving away. So thank you for listening, and I love you.